You guys, content is osbulala. I recorded 20 minutes of a video. The whole damn thing is in slow motion. Yo. Did you guys ngale pants? Yo, bawo, yo. Hi bandla, yo. And then hi guys. I wanna cry. I really wanna cry, but I'm not gonna cry. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Kisana, because didn't eat joke, but it's fine. Type guys, because I like y'all, you know. I like you guys. Don't tell me, guys. Can you understand that? Yo. Welcome back, Kisana. Hey, I wonder if the last one is in slow motion. Stress, Kisana. Okay, guys. Anyway, let us get into this video and reasons that will get you fired from a cruise ship job. This video better not be bloody well slow motion. Okay, next, also teach me how do you reverse a slow motion video, because in Katele, and send money, ne? Send money. If you have a number, tell me so that you can send me money. Sis. Okay, so reasons that will get you fired on a cruise ship. It is number one, the most important: sexual assault, sexual misconduct, sexual harassment, anything such as that. Okay, sexual harassment could be groping, it could be raping, it could be forcing your way into someone else's room of the opposite sex, things like that. Guys, I'm so itchy. My skin is breaking out again into psoriasis. Ugh, so cool. And this top, I don't like this material. I like it, but I don't. You know, it's a love-hate relationship. So sexual misconduct will definitely get yourself fired. It is not tolerated, as it shouldn't be anywhere in the world, and I really hope that other jobs take it quite as seriously as they do on the ships over here. And your case is most likely going to be fast forwarded, especially if you have a witness, or if the victim has a witness that states the same thing or says what they saw or heard. All right. Sorry, I thought my roommate was coming in. No. All right, so those are the types of things that will get you fired from a cruise ship. Another one is always being late back on board. All right, guys, don't be late back on board. That means if we stop somewhere and you're told you must come back by 3:30, please come back by 3 o'clock, okay, or by 3:20 at the very latest. All right, especially if you're a crew member. If you're a guest, it's fine. If you're a crew member, you will get yourself penalized. You'll get a warning. You'll have to talk to the staff captain. You don't want to have to do any of those things, because these things actually get added to your record, right? And you don't want to have to get yourself in a position where now you're stuck having to explain why you're late, blah blah blah. And especially if it's for like petty reasons, guys. Unless you're dying, ships just don't understand. Unless you've been injured, then they just don't understand. If you're saying the food line was long, my brother, please be serious, eh? So don't get yourself in a situation like that, especially if this happens more than once or twice. They will give you a CPR, which is a corrective performance record, or a written or verbal warning. All these things are taken extremely seriously on ships, and you do not want to encounter any of them. All right, be like me. Okay, I'm joking. No. Okay, also getting warnings, several warnings, like I just said, several warnings, be it in anything that you've done, be it at work, lateness, on board lateness, misconduct at work, anything like that. I actually almost got a warning in my last contract because I overslept for something. Yeah, don't be like me, actually. Change my mind. But yeah, those things can definitely get yourself fired. Why does it say it's 10 a.m? It's guys land. So don't be that person. Don't get yourself fired. Look at your times, make those time adjustments. If there's a time zone difference, make the adjustment before you leave the ship. Always have your time on whatever time the ship is. Even if you're going to Grand Turk and they're telling you the time here is 2 o'clock, if the ship says the time is 4 o'clock, you better be back before time. If the ship says the time is 3 o'clock, you better be back before that 3 o'clock. Do you understand? So you need to be always ahead. You almost always be on whatever time the ship is on, and don't be late for your shift as well. Because it's one thing for you to get back on board on time, but then keep in mind that the line can be long for you to actually come inside. Anything can absolutely happen. So always be mindful of things such as that. All right. Threatening others, endangering others, being physical, emotional, psychological, any type of abusive to another person will get you fired. Okay, zero tolerance for any form of abuse or threats or endangerment for others and their livelihood. Yeah, don't do things like that. Okay, it's not tolerated whatsoever. Be it that you physically grabbed someone like harshly, like you just like did this, that's abuse, that's assault. All right. Constant verbal abuse with someone else, not okay. All right. Putting somebody else down, all those things are taken very seriously, and you don't want to catch yourself in that situation. I've just mentioned physical assault. So public indecency. Now, public indecency is not wearing the correct uniform or dressed inappropriately in areas where you shouldn't be, like walking around with your bum hanging out, you know, see-through clothing is not going to be considered okay. Things like that too, you know, like people on ships are pretty liberal, to be honest, but every professional company has its boundaries. I usually walk around in shorts, like not like around the ship, but like when I'm leaving. Let me just show you guys like the shorts I'm wearing right now. But these are pajama shorts though, right? So I'd normally walk around in shorts like this size. Like I said, these are pajama shorts. So I have other white shorts that are like this, right? And this is, I guess, considered fine because I've never been stopped for it or anything like that. So, and I've seen other people walking around in little shorts like this, like even like on board, and it's still considered fine. So like I'm saying, it takes a lot for you to be considered indecent on board. Just don't do it. Walking around in like a thong, G-string, whatever, in guest areas, in pool areas with other guests there, because obviously like you're not going to be swimming with your name tag on, so they're going to be like, what were you trying to do? Like, don't be weird. What was the intention behind what it is that you were doing? So don't find yourself in those situations. Like, you can't suddenly change your uniform or, you know, to be more revealing. Like, this is not Baywatch where you need to be showing off everything. That's not what this is. All right, thanks. Drug and alcohol abuse was drug and alcohol abuse, as well as other substances. Okay, so drug and alcohol abuse is very much taken seriously, especially if you're someone who is failing the random drug and alcohol test. And the company doesn't want to be seen as an enabler of someone who is abusing substances, whereby if you go to medical center, for example, constantly asking for the ibuprofen, and they're keeping record, they say, you came 10 times this month. Sana, there's definitely a problem there because you're popping pills like it's nothing. So they're gonna need to obviously do like an evaluation on that, probably send you home to get help. Will you be brought back on board? I genuinely have no idea if you will be allowed to come back in. I can't lie and confirm or deny that. All right. I feel like in my mind I'm still so paranoid if this video is in slow motion or not. I really hope it's not, because this will color, like I will cry. Okay. Yeah. So also, like, if, like I said, failing the drug and alcohol test consistently, being seen inebriated to the point where you can't even walk, that's gonna be a problem, you know. Getting drunk in guest areas, don't do that. Getting drunk with guests, don't do that. Being caught with illegal substances such as weed, marijuana, and other prescription drugs or non-prescription drugs, street drugs, all those things can get you in trouble with the law enforcement. Most likely will get you banned, will get you deported, a visa will be revoked, and so you do not want to find yourself in that situation over some drugs, okay? Because you did not come to America Mdase to smoke drugs. You didn't come to work on ships for you to spend your money on a guest that you now find so attractive. You end up in their cabin and you're being stupid, or you're drinking so much you don't know what you did last night with who, how you got there, etc, etc, etc. All right, so don't find yourself in those situations. Going back to the whole fraternizing with guests, sexual assault as well, rather. You don't want to catch yourself in someone else's room and you don't know how you got there, okay? Because drink responsibly, know how much your own limits are, to the point, so that you don't get to the point whereby you're acting out of character. Like, it might be in your character, but keep that at home, keep that in your country, not here, because here there's no country here. We're all just globe hopping, and we're all from different parts of the world. All right. Fraternizing with guests. Fraternizing with guests could be getting too friendly with guests, having sex with guests, being too sexual in general, touching, groping, kissing, sleeping with them, anything like that. Ending up in their cabins when you have no business in guest cabins will get you fired, okay? You do not want to catch yourself in that situation. Always make sure that you are aware of your surroundings, you know what you're doing. Doesn't matter how friendly a guest is being, especially if you're someone of the opposite sex. Don't ever get left in a room with someone of the opposite sex that is a guest, all right? And minors, don't ever let a minor convince you to come to their room, all right? And if they do and they say that it's an emergency, there's almost door stoppers everywhere. Find a door stopper, get someone else to come with you, all right? There's always cabin stewards anywhere nearby. Get a door stopper, keep the door wide open, call for help, call another guest if you must, all right? If it's an emergency and like the child is like, my sister's having convulsions or whatever, get someone else to be there with you as a witness. You do not want to catch yourself having a minor accusing you of sexual assault or harassment or breaking and entering, because in most passages and things like that, for the sake of privacy, there's no cameras, and if there are, they must be hidden. So don't find yourself in those situations, okay? Yeah, so these are just some of the ways that you can get into, you can get yourself fired from a job, all right? Being late to work, breaking policies, not following rules, constant warnings about the same thing, etc, etc. You know, just don't do that, okay? I don't know if it was this video or the last video where I mentioned I actually almost got a warning on my last one, but it was verbal because I overslept. I was not feeling well at all. My roommate wasn't feeling well, so I wasn't getting enough sleep, all right? and it was just a lot. Like, she was snoring extremely loudly, so I stayed like this all night. So you'll find yourself in situations where you're gonna get yourself warnings. Okay, but the cute joking. Just keep it professional, the same way that you would act in a job back home. Same energy. Ships are very much carefree, guys. Like, they're very easygoing. It's hard for you to screw up unless you make big issues. Then, like any other job, you will get yourself fired and kicked off immediately. And the thing is, with ships, they don't wait for us to get back to the home port in America. If we have an American port in one of the other islands like Nassau, any of the Bahamas, they will kick you off immediately, send you home, probably, like I said, revoke your passport or visa, etc., etc. So you don't want to catch yourself in that situation. All right, so here's to trusting that this is not in slow motion and no more mental breakdowns, because I actually woke up from bed for this. But anyway, send money. Send money, Kisana. Send money. Thank you again. Almost we've passed 3,000 now, and I appreciate you guys. And to everyone getting jobs from my videos, please just let me know down below what department you're in, what ships you're on, if you feel comfortable with that, or just DM me on Instagram at Sine_H, rather. That's SINEE_H, and I would love to have a chat with you guys. I'll try and get back to you as often as I can. It's not always easy working on ships because internet shmanika loksana. So yeah, like I said, I'll try to give you guys at least one video per week for each month. So hoping 4 videos in a month at the absolute very least. All right, so from my heart to yours, nothing but love and light and the love of God. Until the very next one, leave all your video suggestions in the comment section below. Please let me know what you want to see, a generalized type of thing. Don't be like, what's the salary? About medicals, and I don't want to hear about medicals again. Anyway, my heart to yours, nothing but love and light, the love of God. Bye.